Hey guys, it's Vince again. We're going to be talking about our cold chain management solution. End-to-end visibility, or in the food service industry, we like to call it farm to fork. We have a whole series of PIMM solutions that are all integrated to one another that shares information with all of the supply chain partners to make sure everybody is included in order to produce a better product and to extend the shelf life of a product. Enjoy our end-to-end farm-to-fork solution video. I wanted to introduce you to the PIMM cold chain management solution. PIMM CCM is a part of our global program to provide end-to-end visibility or farm-to-fork solutions to extend the shelf life of your products. One of the reasons why we get into into this industry is because we felt really awful when we saw stats like 40% of the U.S. food services going to waste, or 97% ends up in a landfill. We know we can do better, so what we set out to do is to provide a cold chain management solution that had shared information with all supply chain partners and provided a common user interface across all of the different modules in order to provide extended shelf life and maximum efficiency for all of the supply chain partners. I'm going to take you through some of the features of our solution, but as you can see, we provide solutions for the processing plants, the food producers, third-party carriers, distribution centers, 3PLs, or third-party distribution centers, and fleet managers and retail operations. We have a series of modules, or PIMM modules. We use a lot of acronyms. FMS is our facility management system, and basically it allows us to manage the temperature and the environmental conditions at the processing plant and the distribution center, and the smaller version of FMS is SMS, in the walk-in freezers and the walk-in coolers, to manage those environments to make sure that they're compliant with good shelf life procedures and processes. The next part of the program is to add inspections and audits to all of those facilities, and we do that as part of our mobility platform. The next part of the program is to make sure that all of our applications are supporting the FSMA compliance requirements, and we do that both on the inbound side. Inbound is from plant through third-party carrier out to distribution, and the PIMM supplier delivery system, or SUD, allows us to manage the temperature during transport, making sure that when it arrives at that distribution center, we should unload it. The interesting part about our ecosystem is that all of our data is shared with all of the supply chain partners that are involved. So this shipment that's being delivered to this distribution center on behalf of this restaurant is shared with the plant, with the transport company, with the distributor, and with the restaurant or QSR operations. The next part of the ecosystem is the kiosk, which basically allows us to put in kiosk form. If you didn't want to hand everybody an iPad, you could put a kiosk. You could put that on the dock doors, and they could do their FSMA inspections on an iPad. They could do time and attendance. They could do a series of things: inspections, sanitation inspections, nightly inspections, etc. Those are all part of our kiosk program. The next piece is obviously the FSMA compliance on the outbound, making sure that that truck is clean and sanitized and cold before it's loaded to make deliveries on the outbound delivery. And that, again, is part of our program. That trailer management program, we call it PIMM RTM, which is real-time trailer management. So we're feeding temperature data in the frozen section, in the chilled section, in the dry section, to the driver and also back to the dispatcher to make sure that everybody who needs to have eyes on it does have eyes on it, so we can make corrective actions to make sure that we're properly transporting that product out to retail. We keep track of the air temperatures, and then we use artificial intelligence to calculate the product temperatures automatically. And so we do that in support of our customers' goal of extending product shelf life. The next part of the ecosystem is our DMS system. So if you're assigning drivers to outbound delivery routes, we want to make sure those drivers have proper qualifications, certifications, license renewals, etc. So we include that as part of our program. We also have a time and attendance system. We like our time and attendance system. We run it on the kiosk inside the distribution center, so the drivers don't have to go out to the cab to punch into their onboard computer to start their day or to end their day. They can do it right from the kiosk using our time and attendance application. The next part of the program is our digital vehicle inspection reports that allows the driver to take our iPad, the same iPad that is going to be his in-cab solution, to do the inspections on the tractor and the trailer and record those and making sure that it is transport worthy, right, so he can go out on the road. The next part of the program is the Eld Compliance, and that's the in-cab solution for electronic logging devices to making sure that we're grabbing the data directly from the tractor or the engine in order to be compliant with US DOT requirements. Obviously, ELD is closely related to our driver's hours of service. That's also part of the program. Hours of service are displayed in cab on an iPad, getting data from the ELD device, also coupled with the route data that we're getting for his delivery information. And we combine that and give the driver better access to his day and what he's got for that particular trip or that particular route. The next part of the program is our POD, or proof of delivery. We use the same iPad that we're using for DVRs, ELD, and HOS, and our routing package navigation. We allow that driver to take that iPad out of his cab, walk into the store, and use a GS1 international barcode scanning to scan every case that he's making deliveries to. That iPad also can take pictures of any damaged products that he might be delivering or basically returning back to his distribution center because they weren't of the required quality in order to make a delivery at the store. And the POD system on the iPad will then allow the store manager to sign on glass confirming all of the products that have been scanned in are now delivered and turned over to that customer. The POD system will then transmit all of those documents back to the distribution center, and an invoice will be issued before the driver gets out of the parking lot. That's part of our POD program. The next is our AMS application, and our AMS application is our asset management system that allows you to keep track of your maintenance records of all your tractors, all your trailers, all your fleet equipment in one application. So this is part of our cold chain management program, our end-to-end visibility. The intent of the PIMM ecosystem is to provide operational modules for everybody involved in the distribution of food products, with the primary goal is extending the product shelf life, making sure that we're managing the temperature of that product and the operations of that product to maximum efficiency. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please visit us at www.procuro.com or call us at 858-457-8160. Thank you.